So what are the best headphones for podcasters? In this video, I'm gonna break down all the things you need to consider when trying to decide what kind of headphones to use for recording and editing your podcast, and then let you know out of the headphones on the table, which ones are my favorite and the ones that I recommend that you purchase if you're in the market for headphones.
Here we go!
So first of all, let's go over the contenders, all the headphones on the table. First and foremost, we have the notoriously tangled Apple earbuds. I thought about untangling them, but you will never see them out in the wild untangled, so that's just how they are. Over here, we have the One Audio studio headphones. These are the cheapest over-ear studio headphones you can find on Amazon. As of this morning, they're $30. In the middle, the Technica ATH-m50x headphones. These have been the gold standard for relatively affordable high-end studio headphones for the longest time. And then over here, the brand new Rode NTH-100 headphones that I've had some time to play with and have some initial thoughts on. Now, just as a disclaimer, Rode did send us these headphones to review and let you know what our thoughts are, but they aren't watching this video ahead of time, and all the thoughts that we share are our own. So thank you, Rode, for sending us these headphones. And now let's talk about the things you need to consider if you're looking at a bunch of different headphones and you're not sure which one's gonna be best for you. So there are two reasons that as a podcaster, you need a pair of headphones. The first reason is when you are recording your podcast, you wanna be actively monitoring your sound. You don't want the microphone to come slightly unplugged and stop recording and you don't even notice it until hours or days later when you start editing. If you're backing away from the microphone and you don't sound as crisp as you were when you were right up on it using good microphone technique, it's just best practice. Use headphones. It's gonna save you a lot of headaches down the road. The other reason you want a pair of headphones is for editing. So if you're just editing with your computer speakers, then what you're actually hearing from your computer might not be the audio that you're editing, because there's a lot that can be lost in translation. And so that's where a pair of headphones is gonna give you a better sense of how your podcast episode actually sounds, so you can feel confident that when you're done editing, it sounds exactly the way that you want it to. So let's break down the price points for each of these headphones first and foremost. The Apple earbuds used to come for free in every iPhone that was sold. Now you can pick them up for less than $30 on Amazon, but if you don't have them laying around, don't purchase these. This just represents headphones you already own. That would be no additional cost to use. Over here are the One Audios. I mentioned they're $30 on Amazon. They fluctuate up and down, but they're around $30. The Technica ATH-m50x's, just rolls right off the tongue, retail for about $150. So they do have some cheaper versions in this studio headphone line that'll start at about 50 bucks. But in my opinion, if you're gonna spend money on some headphones and you're above the $30, $150 gets you a really good bang for your buck. Now, as the time of recording this video, we aren't sure exactly how much the NTH-100s cost, so we'll put it on the video screen here somewhere so you can actually see what they cost. My guess,
we'll see how wrong I am,
is that when Rode made these headphones, they were specifically going after these ATH-m50x's. So if they're in the ballpark of around $150, $170, something like that, then these are now going to head-to-head.
You got it exactly right.
So that's the price points. Now, what do you get for a higher investment in headphones? A neutral sound profile. So most headphones, like these Apple earbuds and these One Audios, are gonna overemphasize the bass frequencies in the sound you're listening to, because that's how most people enjoy listening to music. But that's not great when you're editing podcasts, because you're trying to fine tune your audio to dial it into exactly what you want. And so you don't want to hear a bass heavy sound coming out of your computer, because then you don't know how to really fine tune it and get it exactly the way that you want it to. So that's where a neutral sound profile with some actual studio headphones, like the Technicas, like the Rode headphones, are really going to help you be confident editing your audio. So right off the bat, if you actually wear headphones when you're editing your podcasts, you should invest in some headphones, some actual studio headphones. These are called studio headphones, but just because you put studio in the title on Amazon does not make them studio headphones. These are just consumer headphones for listening to music that you can also use for your podcast. But if you're editing in speakers, your computer speakers, and you aren't necessarily concerned about fine-tuning the EQ settings on your audio, then the Apple earbuds, the One Audios, they will work absolutely fine for monitoring your sound as you're recording, and then you don't have to necessarily worry about it for editing. But if you do plan on wearing headphones while you're editing your podcast, I highly recommend one of these. The M50X headphones are what I have personally used for the last 4 years, and I've had no complaints with them. What I really like about them is that you can easily exchange these leather ear cups. It might seem like a small thing, But over time, as you wear them, the leather breaks down. And so it was nice to be able to just replace the ear cups instead of having to buy a whole new set of headphones. That was really great. They're also very comfortable. They're very lightweight. So when you're wearing a pair of headphones for an extended period of time, even if initially they seem pretty comfortable, that lightweight actually makes a difference. So I really appreciate that. And then also, if you're more of a Bluetooth headphones person, they have a Bluetooth version of these headphones. So you don't have to have a giant cable running from you to your audio interface or your computer. You will get a small, indiscernible amount of delay between the computer and your headphones if you're using Bluetooth. That's just kind of the nature of how science works. Can't really get around that. But I really like the M50Xs. I have no complaints with them. And everyone that I know that uses them absolutely loves them. Now, what sets the Rode headphones apart are two things. Number one, overall build quality. So while the Audio-Technica headphones are pretty lightweight, they are also relatively flimsy. So you can easily move them around. You can break them if you aren't careful. These are rock solid. You can really tell they put a lot of time and energy into making sure the materials going into these headphones are gonna be headphones that you can use for years and years and years and never have to worry about them. The other thing that's really cool about these headphones is the ear cup shape. They're shaped like your ear. So normally over-ear headphones, they're just kind of oval shaped or circle shaped, which is fine, but it doesn't have that snug fit that if you're really trying to isolate what you're listening to without having sound canceling headphones, that makes a big difference. And then it's the small details like the braille on the outside of the ear cup so you know what is the right and the left. You can tell Rode spent a lot of time hammering in the small details to make these excellent headphones. And in the limited time that I've used these, because we just got them recently, I've been very impressed. Now, would I spend my money to purchase these headphones the way that I have the Audio-Technicas? It depends. It depends on how close they are in price point. If they were the same price, or maybe a little bit more, I would probably, if I was buying them again, go with the Rode headphones. But we'll see what the price ends up at. When you're watching this video, you'll know what the price is. When I'm recording it, I have no idea. But that would be my guess. They're going for a similar price point. You can't go wrong with either set of headphones if you're looking for something that's gonna last for a long time, that you'll never have problems with, and are really gonna help you with your podcast editing. Either one of these are a great choice. So which one should you actually purchase? Well, it depends on a number of factors, right? Are you planning on editing with headphones? That's a consideration. What's your budget? That's another consideration. If you only have $30, the One Audios are gonna treat you just fine. But if you have the money, something like one of these studio headphones, the Audio-Technicas or the Rodes, you're not gonna complain. These are really gonna serve you well. The other thing to consider though, is if you were just starting out and you're still getting gear, then a better place to put your money is into your microphone and accessories that are gonna help you get better sound quality out of your microphone, like a boom arm or a shock mount if you need an external shock mount for your microphone. That is going to be a much better bang for your buck in terms of the quality of your podcast episodes than spending that money in some studio headphones. So if you're still building out your podcast setup, we'll leave some links to some podcast setups we recommend for new podcasters below. That's where you should invest first. But then once you have that gear, if you wanna invest in a high quality set of headphones, then that's where the Audio-Technicas or the Rodes can really be a smart choice. Now that we got headphones covered, what kind of microphone should you pick up? Well, this video right here talks all about our favorite podcast microphone, the Samson QTU, which we think is a fantastic value for the price and the features that you get. So make sure to watch that next so you can really build out your podcast setup. Well, we hope you found this video helpful, and until next time, keep podcasting.